Hey, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We're back today with another Tesla full self-driving video. And today we just got version 12.5.6.3. It came in late last night and installed overnight, and I've been at work all day. I just got home a few minutes ago, so we're going out to give it a shot. Now, the big thing with this update is that we finally got end-to-end neural networks on highway, and we need to actually wait right here. Actually, no, we're clear. A little bit more room than I thought we had. But yeah, we've got end-to-end neural network on highway now, so we're going to take a little drive here. This will be first impressions. I have not used this at all yet, and we'll see how it does. Super excited to finally try this out. I'd mentioned on previous videos that I'd pretty much quit using this on the highway, or quit using FSD on the highway, just because it seemed like the only thing I'd ever wanted to do was get over into the far left lane and then just sit there. So hopefully this will be a little bit more human-like, and will just be a huge improvement overall. Now, I noticed right away, we're still going slow as can be on this road right here. I don't know why it always thinks this road is 25, and we're going slower than we've ever gone through here. So I'll let it do its thing. I'll let some time go by and see if it speeds up at all. But I got a feeling we're going to be doing 27 through this whole entire road. And if you don't know, the speed limit on this road is 35. Something is clearly screwed up with map data or something that's making the car go slower. But yeah, so no real change here yet. I mean, we're like really slow. We're down to 24 now. Like, we are creeping through here. Okay, we're up to 30. So something I'm noticing immediately, the Auto Max designation on here for the speed control seems to be gone. That has been replaced by, if I wiggle the wheel, you can see here, the max speed offset there. And when I first turn the car on after getting the update, the first thing it asks you is what percentage over the speed limit you would like to set the max speed offset to. And that is not telling the car how fast to go. It's more so telling it how fast it can go. So they recommend that you set it at 40% over the speed limit. So I guess here, well, it thinks it's 25. It looks like the max that it set was either 34 or 35. But anyway, once again, that's not, whatever speed it sets it to as the max is, like it says, the max that it can go, but it's not like it was in version 11 where that was the speed that you were basically telling the car you wanted it to go. And that's clearly the case here, because the max speed right now is set to 35, and we are like, I might as well be walking right now. We're going so slow. I think I might even be able to walk faster than this. But anyway, we're about to be off this road here in a second, and usually it speeds up when we get onto the next road, so we'll see what it does when we get there. But everything's feeling pretty good so far. No noticeable change through here, which I didn't really expect there to be. I think that the big thing with this update is the update on the highway. And just to get a little bit more in depth on that, when I say end-to-end neural network on highway, it's kind of like when version 12 came out for city streets. It got rid of the code-based driving that it used to do, or the rules-based driving as some people called it, and it replaced it with pretty much full AI. They show a supercomputer millions of clips of humans driving, and then the computer pretty much just replicates that. So that's kind of how highway is operating now. I imagine they've shown the training computer millions and millions and millions of video clips of humans driving on the highway, and then now when you engage on the highway, it's pretty much just emulating the behavior that it's seen. So there was nothing in the release notes talking about city street differences, really. Oh my gosh, we are going so slow right now. We've got people behind us. There's a 35-mile-an-hour speed limit sign up here. Hopefully that gets things going, because I'm not driving the whole way down this road this slow. The sun's going to be down by the time we even get to the highway. So I'm going to go ahead and tap the pedal. Just driving and now we're speeding up way above the speed limit. So clearly speed control at low speed roads is still not good, at least in the first 5 minutes of driving. Now, one of the other big differences on city streets that I do know about, and I don't know if this was in the release notes or not, it may actually be, is that the speed profiles that are used on the highway are now applicable to city streets that have speed limits above 50 miles an hour. So if we look at those speed profiles, I guess we can't change them with the scroll wheel anymore. Interesting. guess you can't do that anymore. You used to be able to. But the speed profiles are chill, standard, and hurry. And that's a little bit different than before. I believe it used to be chill, average, and assertive. Yeah, whatever, no big difference there. Slight word changing, but apparently they do operate differently now. But we'll test those out when we get on the highway and see how they do. So the car is just, the speed degrading issue on normal city streets is definitely not gone. We were all the way up to 42 at one point. It has just slowly slowed back down to 36. And that may not seem like a big deal on camera, but it's really annoying, especially when you're on roads that you're really familiar with and you have a preference on how fast you like to go. And I'm not saying it has to go the exact same speed as me, but nobody goes 35 through this road. Everybody is at least 38. So when you're going this slow, it just feels like you're crawling. Like I said, I almost feel like I could walk faster. So coming up this light, we should be making a left. We'll see if it stops for this hand signal, which it is. All right, I'm intervening again. We should not be stopping there, so that issue is also not fixed. And it seemed like it was going to go through it for a second, but that's what it does. It starts coming up to the intersection, and then all of a sudden it just slams on the brakes at the last second. So we're speeding through here. We should be doing under 40. The speed limit's 35, but here we are doing 8 over. Police like to sit up here all the time, so I definitely prefer not to speed through here, but I don't see any, so I'm going to let it do what it's doing. Now we're going an okay speed through here. I'd probably be a little bit closer to 45. Speed limit on the road is 40. We'll see how it handles this biker. I'd already be offsetting a little bit more. Still a little bit tight on the biker for me, but we did have an oncoming car. So haven't had enough interactions with bikers and pedestrians yet on this version. That was really the first one to tell if there's any improvement there. In my opinion, the version 12.5 branch has been cutting it too close to what Tesla refers to as vulnerable road users. So going through here, we got a little bit of construction going on. We're going a mile an hour under the speed limit. I don't see any need for that. It's not active construction, like there's no construction workers out here right now. People behind us are getting a little bit impatient. I don't blame them. We should be going faster. Now this is the first version with end-to-end highways that's going wide, and it does seem going to wide release, meaning that a lot of people are getting it. All right, we're going too slow. I'm gonna tap the pedal again. I got traffic building up behind me, so I don't remember. I think that's 3 interventions now with pedal presses. A lot of the times when a newer version goes to wide release for the first time, it is overly cautious. So hopefully we'll see some more point releases come out, or small releases come out, where we'll see some of this cautiousness go away, but for the time being, it's a little bit annoying. So when we get up here in just a bit, we're gonna be getting onto a 55 mile an hour road, so hopefully we'll see some improvement there. I had a really hard time finding any fast roads where FSD would actually go the speed limit. Usually it would get stuck at about 50, and then that was about the extent of what you were gonna get out of it speed-wise, and then it would proceed to just let the speed degrade over time and you'd be back down to 45. But from what I'm seeing online, everybody's having a good, it seems to be good as far as when you get on roads that the speed profiles work, meaning anything above 50 miles an hour, people seem to be having a positive opinion of it. Did a good job waiting to get into this turn lane until after those people who were sticking out too far, until after we passed them. You actually saw them back into that parking lot because they were sticking out so far. Alright, and we should be turning left up here, and then we'll be on the 55 mile an hour road. Now hopefully the people in front of, oh, nope, I had to intervene there. It slammed on the brakes for that yellow light, and there was a person right on my bumper who was planning on going through the light like we should have because we were already past the stop line. So that was not good. Now you can see we're on this 55-mile-an-hour road now, and all of a sudden we can see our speed profile show up here. Okay, so now I can use the scroll wheel to go back and forth, and it says roll up or down to adjust max speed, and then I think side to side to change speed profiles. So that's definitely new. Of course, we're stuck behind a bunch of people right now, so we're not actually getting to see if it will go the speed limit or not. Hopefully we'll all get sped up pretty soon and we'll get a good idea. Now I've got it on standard to start out with. We will try out hurry and we'll try out chill once we get onto the interstate. But for the time being, I just want to see what standard feels like, because I have a feeling that's what I'm going to end up using. I'm usually not too impatient, but I also don't like to sit behind people going way too slow. Like right now we're going under the speed limit, but we're matching the car in front of us, and on previous builds through here, it just wanted to go 50 and it didn't care if everybody was driving away from us. So this does kind of feel like an improvement. And I'm also kind of curious whether or not we are still on the city street software stack, so to speak, or if they decided to move the highway stack over to city streets that are above 50 miles an hour. And I can definitely tell already this is an improvement. We're actually going this, not only going the speed limit, we're actually going above it, keeping up with the flow of traffic. This feels so much better already. And hopefully, I don't know how it works, but it would be really nice to see these speed profiles get moved over to regular city streets on lower speed limits, so that we can actually get the car to do the speed limit. The driving slow thing is really the biggest downfall to me of the version 12.5 branch so far. Now, if it was me, I'd probably already be in the left lane just because that's the lane we need to be in and it's moving faster. But we are supposed to also have earlier and more natural lane change decisions. So we'll see if it doesn't wait until the last second. Now, we've got about half a mile before we're ready to get on the interstate, so it should start looking for a way to get over right now. And we had plenty of opportunities, but it's waited, and we'll see what it does. All right, we are very clear in front of us. We got a good chance to go here. But what I've also noticed is it seems like when there's cars in an adjacent lane, FSD really hesitates to go faster than them. Now, it's better on 12.5 than it was on 12.3. Like, 12.3 would still be stuck at the first car that was adjacent to us, but... Oh, look at that. It's getting over. That was a nice move. I'm pretty happy with that. Not only did it get over earlier than I expected it to, but... Wow. I mean, yeah, it saw a gap, it got over, there was cars trying to merge into this lane, and it moved over early enough to give them room to do that. That was really good. I'm really happy with that. So we should be getting on the interstate pretty soon, and on a normal day, if I'm driving this route, this is usually about when I'm going to turn off FSD. It likes to go too slow here, and then it's horrible. It was horrible about merging. So I'm looking to see, how does it do merging? How does it do interacting with other cars? Is it still determined to get into the far left lane? And like I said, we're on standard right now, and we're going to be on standard for probably the majority of this drive, but we will switch back and forth between hurry and chill just to see how things go. Still drives through the potholes right there. That's pretty annoying, but I didn't want to disengage just for that because we're getting on the highway now and I want to see how it does. We've got a big old SUV behind us who's clearly impatient because he's got a big SUV and he's such a man. Feeling really natural merging. That felt really good. There was no jerkiness. There was no obvious switch between city street driving and highway driving. That just felt really good. Well, our friendly SUV finally got to go, so I'm sure he's very happy now. that he's now stuck behind other people that are pretty much going the same speed as us. Feeling good so far, going pretty slow. I'd probably be getting over a lane and going a little bit quicker. The speed limit's 60, we're doing 60 on the dot. So we are passing people though, and I mean, we're in the far right lane and we're passing people, so if it's basing its speed off of people around us, then I understand why it's going the speed that it's going. I usually drive a little bit quicker through here. Like, I think the average speed I usually see through here is about 70, but like I said, we're going faster than the majority of surrounding traffic at the moment, and I really don't have a problem with what it's doing. Now, this merge here that brings us onto Interstate 664, the lane that we're in right now ends, so I would like to see it get over, and look at that, it's getting over. That is really good. And it just feels so natural. There's no jerkiness or roboticness in the lane changes. It feels like a really smooth human driver. Now, when we get up here, I would immediately get over into the center lane to get out of the way of these trucks who are going to need to get over. So we'll see if it chooses to do that. Yes, it is. This is really good. Heck, the city or the highway stack already feels better than the city stack to me. So right now we're going 62. I'd be going a little bit quicker than this, but we'll see what it gets up to. I might click it over into hurry here in a second and see what it does. We got some traffic coming up behind us, so we'll see if that affects it at all. Is it going to speed up? Is it going to make them go around us? Now, everybody's getting ready to go around us right now. Let's see if it speeds up when it sees them flowing past. Speeding up a little. We're almost up to 65. So I'm going to go ahead and click it into hurry, and let's see what that does. Okay, I put it in hurry, and immediately we noticeably speed up. In fact, I really like the speed it's going right now. But then it also got immediately over into the left lane, and I'm not really sure that it needed to do that. Now, there's nobody really coming, so I don't have a big issue with it, but the lane that we were in was perfectly clear. I don't know if it was because there were some people getting ready to merge, and it wanted to get out as far out of their way as possible. But I'm liking this speed we're going though. I mean, it feels good. And it feels good not to have to use the scroll wheel to tell it what to do, to tell it exactly what speed you want it to go. It's nice that it just contextually decides what speed it wants to go. So we should start making our way over to the right. Our exit's coming up here in just a bit. And we got it's making its way over. This is really good. I think this is the best highway experience I've had on FSD. This is awesome. This is actually usable in traffic. So let's see what it does here. We got some slower people in front of us, but our exit is coming up on the right. It's going to try to go around them. Oh, this is good. Let's see if it actually gets over. Is it going to get over behind them? It is. I mean, it's aggressive. I don't mind it though. Now we're a little bit close to them. Now we're going to get over into the right lane. Are we going to pass them now? Now they're getting over into the left lane. That makes a whole lot of sense because they need to be over there. they're already going slower than everybody else and they're going to get into the fast lane. Good job, people. This feels awesome. I am loving this. Getting another right turn signal so we can get over into the far right lane. Really smooth. I guess we picked a good exit because there's a bunch of traffic. Picked good timing too. About 20 more minutes and that would be way backed up. This is so good. I mean, that was awesome. If the darn car would just go the speed limit on the city streets, that would be awesome. Whatever they have done to make speed control work so good on the highway, they really need to do it on city streets. Now we're getting over behind this bus. That was a good move. Very good interaction there. And then we can actually turn left out of this road, or out of this lane. And we can, let's see if it does it. I doubt that it's going to, but we can actually make a left turn on red here because this is a one-way street. I highly doubt if it's going to, so I'm going to be ready to intervene here and make it go. I'm going to have it creep forward a little bit so I can see. All right. Oh, is it going to go? It's kind of acting like it wants to. Okay. Now we could have turned there a little bit earlier. Like I said, you can. Oh wow. Okay. I don't know if we can do this. No, we can. Okay, it's right. All right, go. Partially that was my fault. I wasn't sure if this was a one-way road or not. A lot of these roads through here are one-way, and I didn't want to turn the wrong way down a one-way road. So I'm not going to count any of that part against the car. Okay, and I'm going to take over here because I don't really want to pull in that parking lot, but that is where my destination was, so it was not doing anything wrong by pulling in there. So I'm going to get up here and I'm going to set another destination, just something random that gets us a little bit more highway driving, and we'll see how it does. Going back the opposite direction, and it's getting a little bit darker out now, so we'll see if that has any impact. All right, so we're getting ready to get a green light here, and we got a little bit of traffic around us. Now, this is kind of a weird situation we've got here, but it handled it perfectly. It's carrying great speed through here. Now, it is getting over into this left lane. It could have easily stayed in the one that it was in, which is actually, I believe, the correct lane to be in. But it's doing a good job. It's carrying a proper amount of speed through here. In the past, it's gone way too slow, but this is feeling really good. And here comes our next merge. Very nicely done. Didn't really have to interact with anybody to merge, but that felt really good. Everything was super smooth, nothing robotic feeling. Just a really good improvement. Now we're on the hurry profile right now. We're doing about 66. I don't really have an issue with that. We do have traffic coming up behind us that's probably going a little bit quicker. I'm interested to see, like before when we were coming the opposite direction, that's the side of the road we were just on a minute ago. We got almost up to 80 at one point, which I didn't expect that to happen, but that was the speed of the traffic around us. So I'm happy with what it's doing right now, and we'll see how it does when the rest of the traffic gets up to us. Now, I don't want it to speed up too much right now because there's a cop running radar right there, and not particularly in the mood for a ticket right now. Now we probably should make our way into the left lane. This lane's running a little bit slower once we get up here. I'd probably make my way, there it goes. I was getting ready to say it. FSD is not playing games. It is on this person in front of us. I'd probably give them a little bit more room than this, but we'll see. I think we might be trained on a little bit of California data here. Maybe some New York mixed in there. But yeah, everything so far highway-wise has just felt so much more natural. And it's not even like it felt horrible before by any means, but just little subtle things, the lane changes, the speed it carries on and off the highway. It just feels like it's making much better decisions, much more human-like decisions than it was making before. And I love it making the determination, the car making the determination what speed it wants to go instead of me having to choose. I might have by this point even gone around these people in the center lane. But there's nothing wrong with what it's doing, and the map data might be telling it needs to be in this lane for the exit. We are really tailgating them, though. I'm kind of surprised by this. Like, I wouldn't be this close. If there was a sudden stoppage in front of us, I hope FSD has really quick reflexes. And there is a lot of accidents through here because this junction, or whatever you want to call it, interchange that we're about to go through, where we go from Interstate 664 to 64, a lot of people like to slow down way too much because they're scared to merge or whatever, and it ends up with like this accordion effect where it stops a bunch of cars right here. There's a lot of accidents, people rear-ending each other through here because of riding too close. Okay, when we get up here, we're gonna need to merge over a lane. Oh, we got a pretty hard slowdown right there. Now the car, it felt great in the car. I just mean traffic around us in general. It's doing a good job hopping over. People in front of us are a little bit late to get over. Oh, that was so good. That felt so natural. Wow. And here we are, we're getting almost over into the far left lane. I probably would have stayed in that lane, but I'm okay with it. That previous move was so good. That was so human-like. I don't understand how one release of end-to-end highway is already better than the city streets. Now I get it, the city streets is probably a lot more difficult to handle, but this is good. This is really good. And I think we'd probably already be in the left lane, but that was an HOV lane up until maybe 2 weeks ago, and I'm thinking map data is still telling it that that's an HOV lane. Oh, cut off by the other Tesla. That was so smooth. My car hardly even reacted to that, and it didn't need to react to it. I mean, if that was the old highway stack, oh wow, nice move on their part. That bus was coming over with no signal. The old highway stack would have slammed the brakes for that, and it would have just been very robotic and uncomfortable. This felt great. It just felt very smooth and in control, and I can't speak highly enough of this so far. I might finally back off of asking for the avoid highways feature. I've been hoping for a while Tesla would put avoid highways on the navigation so that I could do long back road cruises, but now that we've got this highway stack, I'm so happy with this I can't even express it. Let me see if I go to navigation. Use HOV lanes. Let's turn that on and let's see if it'll get over now. seems like we might be getting into a little bit of traffic. So even though I've turned on use HOV lanes, it's still not getting over. And like I said before, that's not an HOV lane anymore, but it was a couple of weeks ago, and I'm thinking that's part of the reason why it's not hopping over into that lane. And you'll notice a lot of people aren't going in there because everybody's so used to it being HOV around here that it just hardly ever even gets used. It's funny, you'll have days where this is all backed up and that lane's almost wide open and nobody's using it. They got over, we're speeding up very nicely. I mean, we're carrying just a really good speed through here. Now, I said I was gonna try the chill and hurry profiles and standard and whatnot. I'm really liking this hurry profile, but I will here in a bit switch over to chill and see if it makes any effort, or yeah, well, I'll switch back to standard, then back to chill and see if it makes any efforts to get out of the left lane or just how it handles it. Now, there's a dump truck in front of us. I don't particularly want to ride behind them. I'm in a cursed car. I don't know if I've talked about that on previous videos, but anything that can go wrong with this car will. And so I'm not really trying to leave myself in a situation that, you know, a rock could come flying up and break my windshield or cause the whole car to explode at my rate of luck. So yeah, I'd either be in the left lane passing them by now, which it doesn't seem to want to get into, or I'd be getting over and out of the way. And look at that, it's gonna get in the left lane and pass them. It's like it can read my mind. We got the California going on again. We're 6 feet off people's bumper in front of us. Or maybe that's just a characteristic of the hurry profile. Maybe it's like, hurry up, get out of my way. Okay, we're pretty far over in this lane right now. Okay, I'm gonna switch back to standard here in a minute. Yeah, we just got a lot of traffic through here. All right, I'm gonna go to standard. Let's see what it does. I was kind of expecting it to get over into that gap that was just opened up, but it's continuing on. I'd probably get over now. There it goes. Very nicely done. It needs to start making its way over anyway, because we got an exit here in about 2 miles. But that was a perfectly done move. I might even get over another lane if it was me. Just once again, making my way over towards the exit lane. And there it goes. I might stay. I don't know what I'd do right now. That's why I've got FSD on. It can choose for me. Very, very nicely done. That's awesome. And now we're coming to a stop. Let's see what the map says. Yeah, I think there was a wreck here. Let's modify our path. Let's see if we can... We'll just go back to where we were before. So it's actually got us routed to take that exit, but I don't want it to try to do that. I want it to keep going. It made a good choice there, not trying to cut everybody off and get over there. It should get up here and take one of these upcoming exits, and then we'll loop around and we'll get back on the interstate going in the opposite direction. So all of our stop and go has just felt incredible. It's all been extremely smooth. I've got no complaints about it whatsoever. There has not been one jerky movement the entire time. Now it's decided not to let them over. I don't blame it. They had plenty of room. They could have asserted themselves and got in there, so I'm not hating on it for that. Now I do think that we need to get over. No, we might actually be able to stay in this lane. I don't know. I'm going to let it do it. Okay, now it's got its signal on. I really think we can stay in this lane. I don't know that it's signaling actually trying to get into that lane as much as it is just saying that, hey, we're going to go right here in a moment. And it made its way over. That was actually really good. I don't have any problem with what it just did. It skipped a bunch of traffic. It found a good gap. It smoothly got over. There was no jerky movements. It's letting this truck with the ridiculously bright lights that don't need to be blinking go by us, which I'm happy because I was tired of looking at it. Now, the only thing I may do different, we could actually get one lane over and bypass all of this because we're not, all of this traffic is backed up for an exit that we're not taking. So it is wasting a little bit of time here. It's not a huge deal. I don't have anywhere to be, but we don't really need to be in this lane. Now, I was wrong earlier when I said we could be in the lane that we were in. We did need to be over, but we don't need to be in this one. We could go around these people because we're going to the second exit up here, and all these people are backed up for the first one. But I'm interested to see if it picks up on that. So we can go on past all of them now. Now we got this truck in front of us who decided to be super impatient. Get out of our way. It even made that stop really smoothly. Oh, wow, we got close to him. Now we had room, but it was close. He deserved to be hit anyway. Bypass all that traffic and cut in at the last minute. So we're taking this exit, and we got like a little cloverleaf thing here, and we'll be back on the highway going the opposite direction. Now it's signaling to get over. It actually needs to stay in this lane. So hopefully it will, why are you doing that? You need to stay in, okay, it's figuring it out. And it stayed in this lane, very nice. Maybe y'all can hear some of the rattles that my rattle factory of a car is making through here. Never known a car to rattle so much in my life. Now this is a merge I've never really let the car do. It's always done stupid things through here. So we'll see if it's any better. I'd imagine it's going to be drastically better. Already it's feeling better. Now I would be a little bit more on the pedal right now, getting sped up. And get over one more lane. Very nice. Maybe the car knows better than me because there's police up here. It's already got its signal on to merge over. We definitely got some traffic coming up behind us. It's doing a great job. And that felt really good. I think that was handled about perfectly. It really does not mind riding close to somebody. Which I always find funny because if I was driving this close to somebody, my Tesla insurance would say it's unsafe following, but FSD can do whatever it wants. So we're in standard right now. If I click it over to hurry, it's already making its way over and towards the left lane. It has a chance to hop over another lane now. I was a little bit indecisive there. Truck behind us is pissed. I'm gonna hit the pedal. Oh, okay, it's gonna brake check him. Yeah, we're gonna get the middle finger for that one. Oh, I don't know why, but the max speed that it can go is turned way down. the max speed was saying 63 and we were in a 65, so it hopped over and then it couldn't speed up in front of the truck. Yeah, we earned that one. Yeah, that was, I don't know what was going on there. Let's go to chill and let's see what it does. It's immediately getting over a lane. And we actually have an emergency vehicle coming up in the far left lane, way back. Now, I don't expect a whole lot of reaction from anybody on the interstate, except for the people in the far left lane to just get out of their way. But people aren't going to come to a stop on the interstate for it. This chill mode's still carrying a good amount of speed, still going very well with the speed of traffic, or with the flow of traffic. Oh wow, that's an organ transplant emergency vehicle. I've never actually seen one of them in person. It's pretty cool. Okay, so we got to slow down in front of us. Very smooth. That was good. It's staying in this lane. It's acting very chill, as the speed profile would indicate. So I'm going to click us back to hurry, and let's see what it does. It immediately puts it on its left blinker. It needs to let some more people go before it gets over. If it cuts over now, it really needs to go. It's going to let this next car go. Now's a good time for it to hop over. Awesome. Feeling good. Once again, it does not have any issue riding close to... Okay, we're actually getting over because the truck in front of us is kind of the limiting factor in that lane, so it's getting over and speeding up. Now, of course, the truck's speeding up too, because that's what people do when you go to pass them. They want to go slow, and then when you go to pass them, they speed up. But that felt good. I don't disagree with the move that it made. Really, it should have been the truck to get over into this lane, but... So we're getting back over behind the truck. At this point, I might just get in the far left lane and go around them, and that's what it's going to do. Oh yeah, now the truck's speeding up again. Because once again, that's what you do. You block people, and then when they go to go around you, you speed up. Now, will it stay in this lane? I'd probably get back over a lane. But we are carrying good speed through here. The highway speed control just blows the city street stack out of the water. Now, if I had to guess, this SUV wants to get over in front of us. Too bad, so sad, and you can get over behind us. Now, I'd probably get over now, too. Just to get out of the far left lane. We got some people behind us, right on us. Now they're having to go around us because we're sitting in the left lane. So it looks like it wants to go around this Toyota and then start making its way over. And that's exactly what it's going to do. Honestly, it's a pretty good move. Now it's going to go over this solid white line. The solid white lines are stupid anyway. They didn't used to be there until about 2 weeks ago. They repainted them. Now the SUV to our right, I'd probably just slow down and get over behind them. They clearly want to go exactly whatever speed we're going, but next to us. But the car is gonna hit the pedal and speed up and go around them. Wow, this thing is aggressive and very natural feeling. That was so smooth. I'm blown away. Tesla, you have knocked it out of the park on this highway driving. Now we're in this far right lane. We actually need to be over a lane for the merge, but this will give us a good scenario to see how it does getting over. All right, so it's starting to make its way over now. It did that nicely. I'd imagine it's going to start making its way over even further. Awesome. Now, I'd probably hold off on getting into the far left lane. There's some traffic coming up behind us, clearly moving faster. We're doing a good job accelerating up to speed, though. And it's doing really good through here. It's not going too fast. It's not going too slow. It just feels really good. I think I've lost count how many times during this video that I've said that I would do something and then the car made the exact move almost at the exact time I was saying it. I mean, this is just so far beyond what my expectations were. I just can't say enough good things. So we're gonna go ahead and get it to turn us around. Oh, whoa! I probably wouldn't have gone for that, but it actually did. It did not do a bad job. It was just that was an aggressive maneuver. Wow. I don't really know what to say about that. It made it. Very nice. It exercised some caution just in case that car pulled out in front of us. That was very good. Now, we're about to merge right back onto the interstate again. I'd probably start getting a little bit more speed going. Wasn't bad. I'd have merged a little bit quicker than that. But we're getting right up to speed now. And we'll see what it does. I'd probably, based on the speed of this Mustang, I'd get up in front of them and then get over to the left lane. And we don't need to be in the left lane, but the left lane is the proper exit lane to be in for this, for the route that we're about to take. So yeah, we got a couple options. We can either stay in this lane until we get up to the exit, or we can even go through the exit in this lane, but eventually we got to get over. So yeah, I'd probably ride this out for a little while and then get over as we get closer to the exit. But either way, if it wanted to get over now, that would be an okay move. So yeah, probably about now I would start making my way over into the far left lane. There's really nobody coming up behind us. It's wide open. We wouldn't be blocking anyone. But if, like I said, oh, here it goes. It's getting over now. I'm kind of curious if this highway stack is trained on hardware 4 data or not, because it's just doing such a good job that I'm wondering if this is kind of a precursor to what version 13 is going to feel like, because this has been exceptional. This merge here is so much better. It used to ride this lane instead of just getting over. I mean, this is a huge improvement. Everything it's doing is just so much better. Now, it wants to get over. I'd have just stayed in this lane because the exit's coming up here in a mile. And I don't see too many more avenues to get back over. But I trust it. And I mean, that lane's slowing down a lot now, so now it already wants to get back over. I probably wouldn't take this gap. I'd turn my signal off and go up here a little bit further. But it's exploring all of its options. I mean, at this point, I would just go get over in front of the car 2 cars up, but it's going to take this gap here. I'm indifferent on that. I may have never even gotten over into that center lane. Now, I'd be really impressed if it got over one more lane, because that's really the lane that we need to be in, but it hasn't done that for a long time. Yeah, it looks like we'll stay in this one, which is fine. We can take either one of these 2 lanes to take this exit, but after we take this exit, we're going to end up turning right off of the next road, and being in that lane would just set us up to be in the correct lane. But that's okay. Really smooth exit. All of the interstate driving was really good. I don't think I had to disengage or intervene, other than that time where the speed max got stuck lower than the speed limit. But other than that, it handled everything interstate-wise perfect, and I haven't had that happen in a long time, if ever, really. I've said it in previous videos. On the highway, I was really only using FSD almost as a basic autopilot. I would just turn on minimal lane changes, and I would set it to aggressive, and then I would turn on minimal lane changes and just let it ride in like the middle lane. And sometimes I might let it do some passing on its own, but this is very usable. I like it a lot. I'm going to keep the video going for a little bit longer as we go down this road, because this is 55-mile-an-hour road, and we had some issues with it before where it wanted to go too slow through here. So I want to see how it handles this road, and also, since we're in the wrong lane, I want to see how early it gets over into the correct lane. So we should be speeding up now. I'd be going 60 easily. We're doing better than we were on the previous version, though. The previous version certainly wouldn't be passing anybody. I mean, we are going like dead on the speed limit right now. If I wanted to go this speed, I would get over into that lane, so I'm not blocking this passing lane. But it doesn't seem to be too worried about that. And we are in hurry mode right now, so if it was going to go any faster, it should be doing it. All right, a little bit of a boost there. We're up to 57, 58. Once again, we really need to be in that lane, and that lane's still going the same speed, if not faster than we are. We might as well just get over and not put ourselves in a situation where we have to squeeze over between a bunch of people when we get up here. But I see the path that the car is going to take. It's going to have to find a gap and squeeze over. So, and usually if you wait too much further past right here, nobody wants to let you over. It has another opportunity to get over now. All right, cool. It is getting over earlier than it used to. I mean, it used to, if I didn't intervene and I was in this lane, it would wait until we were almost at the turn to get over. And nobody's letting you over at that point. Like, nobody wants to deal with that. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap the video up. Overall, I'm blown away by it. I think it's awesome. Hopefully it only gets better from here and we don't start getting a bunch of versions with regressions. I'm super happy with it. City streets don't really seem to be all that much different. Nothing noticeable to me. If anything, maybe even a tad bit slower than they used to be, which I didn't think was possible, but apparently it is. But yeah, highway driving, awesome. I'm interested to hear everybody else's opinions. I'll do another video that's not so impromptu and dark and everything. It was just, I wanted to go ahead and get this video because we got some bad weather coming up, and I wanted to get a video with some decent weather and hurry up and get something out so everybody can see the first impressions, and so I can hear from y'all and see what y'all think about it. But anyway, if you watched the whole video, I really appreciate you. Give the video a like if you don't mind. If you want to subscribe to the channel, I'll be putting out plenty more content. Appreciate everybody watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.